You're watching KMNH, kids making the news happen.
It's Friday, April 17th. I'm Omer, and you're watching KMNH News. I've been so bummed out that last week Bernie dropped out of the presidential race. I mean, how could he just drop out of the race like that? I mean, ever since I could change the channel, I've been learning from Bernie. I was looking forward to Bernie breaking into song during the presidential debate. No one else on that debate stage had songs like "It's a Circle" or "That's What Friends Are For." We've all grown up with Bernie, and it was his time to lead.
It was Bernie Sanders who dropped out of the presidential race. Are you confusing Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street? In fact, I think you're combining the names of two entirely different puppets to think that there's somehow one puppet called Bernie who's running for puppet president. I'm so confused. This is an election nightmare.
Today's word of the day is restriction, spelled R-E-S-T-R-I-C-T-I-O-N-S. The word restriction means the condition of being restricted or the limitation on the use or enjoyment of property or a facility. Restrictions.
I am so happy to announce that we have a winner for last week's weather trivia question. Last week we asked you to respond to this question. What state has the highest wind gust ever recorded in the United States? And Alyssa had the right answer. On April 12th, 1934, winds reached 231 miles an hour at New Hampshire's Mount Washington Observatory. Alyssa will receive Sidewinder's gift card on behalf of last week's sponsor, Nest. So let's do it again. I just love weather trivia. So get ready to type your answers in the comments below, and the first person that answers correctly will get a gift card for a shake from Tickle Pickle. It's our way to learn and support, meaning we want to encourage everyone to support our small businesses, especially in Northside, and a great way to do that is buying gift cards. So, 15 seconds on the clock. What year did it snow the most in one single snowstorm right here in Cincinnati in April? Go. Time's up. Write your answers in the comments below. And while we're talking about the weather, let's squeeze in a weather report.
This is Milo being straight up with you about the weather. Like previously predicted last night, it will be 53 degrees today with a good chance of rain. Last night we had got some rain that really was feeling muggy to midday. Besides that, it's looking partly cloudy for the rest of the day with a good chance of rain. I'm Milo, keeping it breezy. I'm out.
And now here is today's Make It.
Elliot's decided to do a little bit with the dropper of the ink to see what he can create.
I need a
Ooh,
little
it
bit
is
more.
making a lot of bubbles, huh? I don't know if you can see the bubbles, but it's making some bubbles there.
Oh! Let me suck this up a little.
Whoa. Don't let it drip off the paper. I think if you close the book now, it'll look like those like those ink arts.
Do you want to test it?
Sure. You can tell me how you're feeling after you. Yeah. Okay, not so hard, not so hard. Gentle, because they. Oh, yeah, it does. Kind of looks like a spider.
Yeah! We made an ink spider!
All right. That's what we have, right?
Yes.
It does look beautiful. Thanks, Elliot. Bye.
Larkin, and this is the joy of digital drawing. Hey there, I'm Larkin, and this is my digital drawing segment. I've been brought this How to Draw a Cheese Coney by a guy named Phil Armstrong. Hi there, Phil, if you're watching. Phil Armstrong is an illustrator, painter, and photographer, and managing editor of the Cincinnati Refined, a local lifestyle magazine website partnered with Local 12 WKRC. Thank you, Phil, for letting me do this little challenge of yours. So, with these step-by-step instructions, I will be attempting to draw a cheese coney digitally. Just to remind you guys, I am using an app called Procreate on an iOS iPad. Here we go! Okie doke, let's get started drawing this coney. Procreate has this cool little thing where if you draw a shape of any sort that isn't quite to your liking, you can hold down and it will correct the shape for you. And then you can mold the shape however you want. I always thought that was neat. Okay, we're continuing to draw the bun. It said to draw two sort of curved lines like this. And now we have to make room for all the toppings, so we're erasing a bit. Still just on the first couple of steps. And now we're drawing the hot dog part, using the little shape corrector thing again to get the hot dog to be just right. Putting on that Cincinnati chili. And now we're starting on the cheese. This part took a while, quite a while. It was definitely the hardest bit. I think the reason it took the longest was probably you have to draw so many of the little squiggly lines to represent the cheese. Maybe I'll try this again sometime and see if I can come up with a faster way to draw cheese. More and more squiggly lines. It's a bit fun drawing this little whirl shape. Kind of calming, just over and over. Almost done. And a few more teeny tiny ones. Now, we have to erase the yellow outline. if I would have known this in advance, I had a few other methods I could have used to make it easier and preserve the little whirls because I accidentally erased some parts of them, but that's okay. Now, I tried a couple different ways to color the cheese in, and it wasn't quite what they showed in the instructions, and I didn't like a couple of the ways I did it at first. But that's the thing about art. You can do it however you want, and there's not a wrong way to do art. You can get better at art, but I don't think anyone's truly ever doing art wrong. So I just tried a couple times until I found what I liked. Now we gotta color in the chili. And then I cleaned up part of the hot dog so it looked a bit better. And I almost forgot the little corner at the bottom, but I did forget part of the chili up top. There's a little spot I missed. I'll fix that later though. Then it wanted us to shade in the hot dog. It took me a couple tries to get right exactly what I was trying to do, but again, just persevere and you'll figure it out. And then we had to shade the bun. And since I had practiced on the hot dog, it was a bit better and it was a bit easier for me this time around. You know, practice makes perfect. After shading a bit, I decided to use the blend tool on the shading just to make it look a bit smoother, and I thought that looked pretty nice. So, I hope y'all like it. And then I just cleaned it up so it looks a bit neater. And here's me fixing up this little spot I forgot to color earlier. And that's it. We're done. I made it fit on the page, and I literally wrote done in big red letters. And then I put some stars around it to add a little razzle dazzle, as you might say. And that is my drawing of a Cincinnati coney. I'm Larkin, and this is the joy of digital drawing.
You can sponsor KMNH News and other Happen Online programming as a BFF. BFF does stand for Best Friend Forever, and here at Happen it means even more. BFF stands for Business, Family, or Friend Supporter. If you are a BFF and want to be a BFF donor for just $100 or more, you can keep Happen's online support happening. We will recognize and thank you on air for your donations. Just go to Happen's website, happeninc.org, and click on the Give a Gift and the Donation button, and leave in the Send a Note area that you would like to be a KMNH sponsor. We want to thank you in advance for being a Happen BFF.
And now for a new segment called Dog Days in Northside. Send us a few sweet pictures of your pup and some interesting tidbits about them, and we might just share them on Dog Days. Tonight we have Harry Potter, like hair and dog paw. You guys are very funny. Harry is a 1.5-year-old Beagle Terrier mix. He was adopted when he was a puppy, and his owners say he was quite the handful. But now that he's all grown up, he is a very good boy, even though he tries to steal your food when you're not looking. He's a great protector and barks at every little noise. He loves his favorite pink balls, sleeping in strange positions, long walks in Parker Woods, and meeting new friends. Remember to send us info about your dog and a couple pictures to info@happeninc.org if you want your dog to be next on KMNH Dog Days.
Thanks for watching KMNH News. Today, we would like to thank our family sponsors, the Agnews and English family. Today is Friday, April 17th. This is Omer, and I hope you'll tune in again next week for more KMNH.